So.
In these mountains lives a strange people. They have been protected and isolated from the rest of the world for centuries. Grand Dragon is their medicine man, their seer. He knows all and he spoke to us. 2,000 years ago, 2 tribes arrived here. They were the Yi, who were fleeing Sichuan province, and the Hani from Tibet. Defying the steep slopes with buffaloes, they worked the mountains and invented the irrigated rice terrace. The Chinese emperor rewarded them and baptized them the mountain sculptors. So that everyone has a rice paddy, the Hani and the Yi are sculpting their mountains each year. But to change the land, they need the approval of the natural forces. So they appeal to Grand Dragon, for he alone has the power to question the wind, the rain, and the seasons, and to choose the best time to sculpt a new mountain. "20 centuries were required to shape this land. The people here like to admire it. Their past is engraved in these mountains." This tremendous work would never have been possible without the help of the buffalo. To work the land and move boulders, for growing the rice and for carrying men, the buffalo has always been there. As strong as a mountain and as serene as a rice paddy's water. Every man is connected to a buffalo for life. When he dies, his buffalo is buried with him. Grand Dragon's buffalo is called Immense Knowledge. You never see the one without the other. But Immense Knowledge isn't just an ordinary buffalo. He's the messenger of the natural spirits. Grand Dragon watches the movement of his eyes, his ears, and the way his horns rock from side to side. He reads through hoofprints that Immense Knowledge leaves behind him. They have been seers from father to son in Grand Dragon's family for 58 generations, and always with the same buffaloes. Sure. Rice is the center of the Hani's life. Every family owns about 100 small plots within a radius of 9 miles of the village. Usually they are passed down through the family. Sometimes they lose track of who owns what, so they come to Grand Dragon. The paddies are watched constantly. They must never dry up. In 1 year alone, they are plowed 5 times and raked 4 times. The right moment has to be chosen. For that, they always ask Grand Dragon's advice. So he has to climb up to some paddies and down to others. He listens and advises. Some evenings his legs are numb from fatigue. Below in the valley, part of the harvest is used for barter. The rest feeds the people. Depending on the altitude, the quality of the soil, and the exposure to the sun, 13 varieties of rice are grown, 3 of which are the sticky variety. They're always afraid of making a mistake, so they ask Grand Dragon, of course. There are never any windows in the dwellings. The smoke is supposed to stay inside. It keeps insects and rodents away and protects the rice stored in the lofts. Grand Dragon has asked the wind, the clouds, and the springs. The yellow mountain must be sculpted at the next moon. He must now begin preparing the major project. His mission begins tomorrow.
喂，那我们唱啊，你这个。阿伯妈，这兰花在牛前在不知了爱来么，走嘎啦贝草牛大
去，去吧都。
To begin with, water has to be found. In this area, springs are found on mountain tops. The Waterkeeper protects the springs. She alone knows the underground pathways of the water for irrigating the new mountain.
Hey, 자기 뭐다 미소모래. 진짜 마비가 즈비모. Hey, 예, 즈비모에.
A buffalo's hide is fragile. It must always be kept damp. Otherwise it cracks and the buffalo goes crazy.
아, 우쭈 떠다. 우쭈, 너 아버지 뭐 세누야? 엄마, 뭐 치아지 마주나? 그요, 너 샤워와. 나 뭘까 또 중요하나? 자, 라시.
Next, Grand Dragon has to convince the Yi tribe to take part in the work. According to ritual, he visits Old Tiger, the Yi's sorcerer.
너 우수콩아. 우수콩아. 나도 여러 어머 작가가 같이 나오라. 그치냐? 아가 뭐자 충원해. 뭐 아도 더 치타마 뭐라. 얘는 서모라. 너 죽으면 너 돼. 내 못 봐서 돼. 예, 돼. 와.
같이 한 것이 또 여자 같이 하면서 뭐
자조 미자조 소리도 얘나도 연어 소소리
왕왕왕
시제 단스라 아도 연어도 하는 소리 야 에버 2% 세포마
어 와나 으스네
스페자 소리 샤마 발야마 보 아도 오다 고도 초
The Yellow Mountain will be sculpted halfway up the northern slope, which makes it midway between the two villages. The Anis and the Yis use the mountain echoes to spread the news. In a few hours, all the villagers will know where and when the work is to begin. The time has come for Grand Dragon to withdraw and consult his ancestors and go back in time to the very first sorcerer, to remember the first mountain and call up the strength that led to its being sculpted. Meanwhile, another Grand Dragon takes his place in the village. The great day arrives. Grand Dragon expels the evil spirits. The village has to be cleaned. Evil spirits have infiltrated everywhere, the streets and the lofts. They must be chased away.
拉达斯拉梅，一人人的话了，我在那边嘛，还得你才能喝上两顿锅嘛，我在这个人。
The Yi consider that vivid colors suit their women best. As for the Hani, they think their women are too beautiful already, so they dress them in dark colors. For the great day, they forget their differences and, like the very first time, sculpt the mountains together. So goes the tradition. The new rice paddies will be shared by the two communities. The feast of the long table signals the beginning of a new monsoon season. It will be followed by other ceremonies. The awakening of the insects, the swings, the new rice. And each time Grand Dragon will have to say what there is to do and when it must be done. Mountain sculptors are like that. They love celebrations and rice alcohol.
Hani, no, je to haga isui. Te la sama wele jo jinga de. Za la. Mi na me po zi 怎么下的？也讲这几个大牛毛。
Grand Dragon's mission is nearly over. Now he must thank the forces of nature, those that will protect the Yellow Mountain. For that, he has to plow 12 rice paddies with his buffalo immense knowledge. 12 paddies offered to nature. One for the wind, one for the mountain, one for the clouds, one for the springs. The day will come when Grand Dragon's son will take his place. As ever, it will be his job to protect the mountains and rice paddies.
Sir!